Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG that we know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew. You might know as a leFH, a leaf blower, or a leHEPA. This one is located on the eastboard of Malinovka under the command of Geladen. Game on! Well, this game is definitely worth watching. If you've seen it in the highlights on What Arty Noobs Facebook page, then you'll probably want to watch it as well. Yes. Well, 105mm light field howitzer mounted on top of a Char B1 hull, and they were actually made by the Germans. They made 16 of them. But funnily enough, Wargaming put it on the French tech tree, because of course they didn't want to put a German Arty on the German tech tree. They'd already created the German tech tree, and they were only just announcing the French one. So yes, it's unusual that it's a French Arty. Should be a German one. Okay, well, he's gone to the aim. He's looking for an enemy target. He found one, and he fired around at the T40, but he didn't get a hit. He's landed in a Tier 5 game with Tier 4 tanks in it. Fires around at the M5 Stuart. Who takes a hit? 160. Now it's 410 alpha, 53mm of pen, and 8.92 seconds on the reload. Oh, he just missed out on getting a kill, but he did get 63 hit points for damaging the track of that Stuart. Well, his shell is taking a little while to actually end up at the other end, because these tanks are actually quite some distance away, right at the other end of the map. So he's firing, it's basically about a 3-second delay between the shell being fired and landing on the target. But he does get a hit on this AMX-40. The duck rounds out on him. He's probably still tracked, and he gets hit again and retracked, and he goes down to the looks in the end. So good game so far. Their team are one up on the enemy. Okay, T6 medium making a dash for the back, trying to get into the depression on the other side, on the edge of the map. Just a fraction of a second late. Now, you notice the reticule's got flattened, and that's because he's now at maximum range. And he can just about hit that Sav, but if he backs up a little further, I don't think he'll be able to hit it. But he can hit the M6 medium at the moment. Fully dialed in, rounds out, long flight time. Lands at the front of him, and damages him, but doesn't track him. Rounds out again. And that one wipes him out. 352 hit points. That must have been a penetrating shot to get that amount of damage. So he's doing well so far. He's noticed there's an enemy tank right up on top of the hill. We can see an M5 Stuart on the way back to his own area of the map. He's done his scouting job. But meanwhile, we can see a large number of enemy tanks over this side of the battlefield, including that T40. Now, he didn't fully dial in. The shell wasn't accurate, but it did damage the T40. That might persuade him to move away from that firing position, but he's firing another one in. And yes, the T40 did move to get away from that spot. Rounds out again. He then looks away, and we missed out what happened to that shell, but he's getting requests to shoot at this Churchill 3. That was a bit of a snap, because he didn't dial in on the Churchill, and now he's going for the Panzer IV, which is an OP medium tank. He really needs to get rid of that guy if he can, because they are very dangerous indeed. They are premiums. It's got the turret of a Panzer IV and the hull of a Panther, so it's very tough, but it's got a wicked fire rate, those things. Almost as good, you might say, as the Fifi. Okay, he's having difficulty trying to nail it down, because this guy is very good at avoiding shells. Okay, to the 69 hit point hit there. And you can see Geladen's changing aim. He's going to go for the Churchill 3, trying to fire ahead of its path. No, you need to give a bit more lead when they're coming downhill, because they're going faster. But now that he's actually stuck there, our platoon mate is having a go, and we're able to get some damage, 143. Okay, the Churchill 3 killed our platoon mate, but we fire again, just over the top of him. He needs to get shots on this target, because he's about to kill our Churchill 3. Okay, lined up, rounds out. That's a kill shot. He got him this time. And the Panzer IV kills our Churchill, so there's only a few enemy tanks up on top of the hill. Oh, he did get a hit on the Panzerpumpe, but again, he looked away just after he fired, so he missed out on that. And we don't like our players to do that, because otherwise we miss out on the damage they do if they look away after they shoot. Okay, there is a Matilda over on the dip at the moment, the ramp. He's just spotted it. Now, he can hit that guy, but he's got to dial in. He's after the T67. He fired one quickly, snap, but he's now trying to get a shot on the Matilda, who's stopped where he is. Oh, we fire a round in. And I think for a second, it looked like, yes, we did actually damage our teammate, or rather, we would have damaged him if there was team damage, because it actually did hit the T67. Now, we'll have to see how that carries on in the game. Now, he knocked a tree over when he backed up there. That should alert the enemy Arty to where he is. And the enemy Arty in this game is an M41 HMC who can fire over the entire range of the battlefield. We just don't know where he is at the moment. Okay, 2 tanks up on top of the hill, but we've spotted a Sav M43 over on this side, just out of range. We need to pull forward if we're going to get a shot. He's decided to try and move a bit closer. That might give him the extra range he needs to get a shot on that Sav. Oh, the Sav's actually been killed. The T-34 1941 got him in the end. Okay, he's extending his aim. Now, there is a method of actually moving directly to the spot you want to see. It's holding down your control key, the left control key, and then moving the cursor over the minimap, and then you can highlight the spot you want to watch. And he just got the kill on the Panzer Selbstfahrerfährte 4C, the Death Toaster. So now he's got 3 kills in the game. Okay, the M5 Stuart's coming to sight on top of the hill. He fires one snap. Again, he looks away, and we keep saying, don't look away, because if you look away, we can't do a video for you. It's important that if you want to see your replays on the channel, you have to keep watching. Otherwise, there's no point in just doing a video of people firing their guns and then looking away, because you don't see anything. Okay, rounds out. That was close. Now, he has shortage of ammo now. He's probably spotted that. He's only got 20 rounds left. He's already fired 30 rounds in the game, but he did pick up 3 kills. You can see the enemy Arty is firing at our T40 and M8A1 up ahead of us. So the enemy Arty doesn't know where we are just yet. Now, we're 1 up on the enemy. It looks like their attack from the north of the hill has ground to a halt. And I suspect that's mainly down to the fact that they don't want to come down off the hill, because they don't know where our guys are, and they suspect that they'll get killed. And the Panzerpumpe did get spotted, and he's now backing up to try and get unspotted, whilst Geladen tries to get around into him. Just narrowly misses him. He's running short on ammo now. The problem with the Fifi is you only get 50 rounds of ammunition. It's very easy to get carried away and blasting blind shots at targets you've lost sight of. And if you carry on doing that, then a huge amount of ammo can get wasted very quickly and make it very difficult for you to retain or keep ammo for the end of the game. I know some players, they end up with only a few rounds left and more enemies than they've got rounds. Okay, the T67 on the enemy team's been spotted. Again, he's scrolling out his aim. You can do it with that quick method, a lot quicker and easier, and it's very direct. It takes the view directly to the spot you want to see. Okay, he's turned around. Work out where he's going to head. No. Okay, he's running short on ammo now. That guy is weaving as he's going away. He's obviously trying to dodge the shots. And he fires another one in, and yet again, no kill. 15 rounds of ammo left on the HE and the heat rounds. I saw a tree go down in the distance, but that's too far away at the moment. Our M8A1's gone up the hill. See if he can spot that Panzerpumpe, which is a very dangerous thing for an M8A1 to do. He's only tier 4. And the Funfear is tier 5, but he's got a much better fire rate. Okay, we can't see anything up there, so wait until the M8A1 spots the target, then dial in on the target before you shoot. He's gone right into the corner. If he goes up to the bushes, which we can see just to the right of our screen, yes, he's done that. And there's no enemy in sight, so obviously they have pulled back to the forest, and they're expecting us to come to them. There's only 6 enemies left, and their T40 just took out our Panzerwehr H. So now the score is even. 6 tanks left on either side. Both sides have an Arty. The M8A1's pulling back. Is he going to try and get down the side of the cliff? He might try to do that and get a spotting run. It might be a good idea, actually, because if you can get down by the dip in the hill... Oh, that was a costly round. If you can get down by the dip in A8, you can get down and... Oh, no! One of our tanks just drowned. I think it was the Wolverine. He tried to get across the gap on the field, and he fell into the water, and he's drowned. Another wasted round. He's running short on ammo. He can't afford to keep firing blind shots like this now. He's only got 13 rounds left, and there's 6 enemies, so that's only 2 rounds apiece, and usually it takes about 3 or 4 rounds to take out an individual tank with HE. Admittedly, if you get the heat rounds, of course, you have to get direct hits for them to work, but if they do work, then you normally get a penetration and a kill if the enemy has already taken some damage. The M8A1's moving up. It's a different M8A1. He's going on the north side of the lake. He might be able to spot that T40. And if he does, then Geladen can get a kill shot. But he must be careful with his ammo. You've got to conserve as much ammo as you can. The T40's gone down into the dip, so he went down by the route that I suggested. You go down about A8, you can get over the top of the cliff, behind the rocks, and then you can proceed through the ground depression and get to the set of trees, and then spot for the team. Okay, he's moving towards the position where the T67 was last seen. Oh no, he's gone up. He's gone to a position where he can be spotted. And in fact, the M5 Stewart has spotted him. And there's another round of ammunition expended, and I saw a tree go down in the background. Now, the M5 Stewart has taken some damage. We can't hit him from here. And we've lost another tank. The M8A1 went down to their T67. And there's the 2-minute warning. Oh, he's fighting another round, and now he's even less ammo. We just spotted where the enemy RT might be, but he can't afford to... Yes, he's firing rounds he shouldn't be firing. But he did kill the M41, so he worked out where he was. So I swallow my words, because he did know where the enemy RT was. Now he's going for the T67. Fires one in. The T67 goes down with one shot. Now, can he get this T40? One shot could do the trick. Rounds out. He does! He takes him as well! So that's 6 kills. He's got the top gun. But the M8A1 on the enemy team's going for our T40. Now, can we get an accurate shot? No, just missed him. We've only got 1 round of HE left, and now we're on to the heat rounds after this shot. He's backing up, but wait until he stops. Rounds out. Ooh, he does get him! That's 7 kills, and he's got heat rounds now. Okay, well, there's only 1 enemy left. It's the Panzerwehr, and we've got 45 seconds left on the clock to kill him. And he actually is in sight, so we can take him out. There he is. He's in the trees. He fires 1 round snap. It didn't hit the target, but he is backing up, and we can get an accurate shot. Let it rip. Rounds out. Oh, went right over the top of him, right over the top of his turret. Now line it up. Work out where he's headed. Fires a snap in. Now, did that one hit him? I don't think so, but he's now got him on the sights. He's rocking backwards and forwards. Rounds out. Just in front of him. We're down to 2 rounds of heat now. He's going to try a blind. Rounds out. Oh, he got him! He won the game with 0 seconds left on the clock. Well, that was an incredible end to the game because not only did that earn Geladen an ace tanker, he also got a Radley Waters with the last kill of the game at the last second of the game. Incredible to get that. Very good luck right at the end, but he did it with only 2 rounds of heat left in his vehicle. So he came down to the wire on the amount of ammo as well. He did get an ace tanker as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17. He got a Radley Waters medal for killing at least 8 enemy vehicles, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. His win rate in that game was 6,490, and he literally carried his team towards the end because he was the only one who was getting direct hits, and he cleared up a huge number of enemy tanks with miraculous shots, you might say, but they were well aimed, actually. I must admit, they're very well aimed, and the enemy made some critical errors because some of the enemy tanks stayed absolutely still, and he just nailed them with 1 clean shot. So very well played by Geladen right at the end, but yeah, be more careful with the ammo because then you won't go down to just 2 rounds left in the magazine at the end of a game. I know it can be a temptation to keep firing away when it reloads so quickly. But if you leave it like this, sooner or later, you'll get into a game where you go to fire the last winning shot and suddenly you find your gun's empty and there's nothing left. Anyway, let's have a look at team scores. Well, he definitely got the highest damage in the game because he was the only one to get over 2,000 hit points. He got 2,085 hit points of damage. Next highest scorer was, yes, that OP medium tank, the Panzerfumfehr, who managed 1,463 hit points of damage and was the last enemy alive after the game. The 3rd highest on damage was the Churchill 3 on the enemy team, who managed 1,220. When it came to kills, he's got that one too. 8 kills goes to Geladen, 2 kills went to the Matilda on his own team, and to the M10 RBFM on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, Geladen got the highest on that one. He's the only player to get over 1,000 base, and he's got the top in all 3 columns. And he got 1,166, with the next highest being the Churchill 3 with 724, followed by the M4 Improved with 661. And we see that the Churchill 3 was actually his platoon mate in that game, along with the KD1, who only got 519 damage and 456 XP. Geladen fired 49 rounds of ammo. Actually, it wasn't 2 rounds left at the end of the game. It was 1 round left at the end of the game. He missed out on getting a Faden's medal, but I don't think I really want to get a Faden's that way by running out of ammo right at the end of the game. Oh, but that would have been a heartbreak if it had been needed 1 more round to go and the clock had run out and the game was over. You can see that the clock had run out because it says 15 minutes and 0 seconds for the battle duration. So that one went right the way down to the wire. He got 14 direct hits on the enemy, 5 penetrating shots and 15 splash. Damage of 2,085 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 8. So he was on the course to getting a Pools medal at one point, but some of those tanks were taken out by his teammates, so they were rather eager to get kills. And in fact, some of the tanks he wounded, other people got the kills on, like the AMX-40 right at the start of the game. He would have had that kill, but for the fact that his teammate in the looks poked round the corner and took the AMX out before his shell arrived. 329 hit points of damage assistance in the game. Now, he earned a profit on a premium count of 114,939 credits. And remember, this was a tier 5 game. But he did get a 90,000 mission completion reward in that one. So, yes, I think you have to take that with a pinch of salt because it's actually 24,939 credits for the actual game after expenses. Because he did fire a fair number of heat rounds at the end of the game, and they're not cheap. They are expensive. He also took away 4,198 experience points out of it as well. But what a game. 15 minutes of, well, trepidation. You didn't know where he's going to run out of ammo or if he was going to get them or not. But yes, I do hope Geladen sends us in the next replay where he gets the same circumstances, because it's so nice to see a Radley Walters or a Pools medal from an Arty play. We don't get them all that often. I have had one in myself in the PP, and I know how much fun it is getting 8 kills. And of course, you do get recognized by the rest of your team because they do appreciate it when they see an Arty player who is literally shredding the enemy to pieces. But his team certainly owes him a beer for this one, because he did win the game for them in the very last second. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, gets these videos noticed by other players. And thank you for watching.